Ready when you are. Okay, we can call the meeting to order at 6:35. Madam Clerk.
Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by forwarding a copy to the Courier News, Star Ledger, and posting on the Township website at least 48 hours prior to the meeting, all in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act. This meeting will not substantially go past 9:30 p.m.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Kudo.
Yes.
Mr. Foster.
Here.
Mrs. Ellis. Mr. Machado.
Here.
Mr. Moran.
Here.
Mrs. Pogue. Mayor Devaney.
Okay. If it's flag salute. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Right. We'll start off with our conference session.
It's just to speak to the best practices inventory. I wanted to just let everyone know, as required by law, that the state requires all towns to file what's called the best practices inventory on an annual basis. It is a set of questions for them to kind of get the pulse on each town. There are questions that are scored and not scored. Some of the not scored questions just get a sense of how towns are doing on certain topics that are maybe laws that are not in effect or just certain things like that. Our best practices was completed. It was due by October 24th. It was submitted by the CFO, certified by the administrator and the clerk as required. And we are just required to kind of talk about it, or at least mention and let everyone know at a public meeting following the submission.
Yes, and it was questions like regarding how we inspect for lead paint per recent statute.
Yeah, that's
Transparency in terms of what types of information we put on the website, certain types of accounting that the finance office does, questions along those lines. And I'm sorry, your CFO was going to be here to present it, but she has a serious issue with her going on with her family, so she's not here today.
So is this information available for the public to view? Or is it just us saying to the state how we handle things that are already in the law?
They may be publicly available. I can get back to you on that.
Okay, thank you.
How often do we do that?
Every year. Yeah, every year. it
Is it
has
the same
to be done.
questions every?
No, the questions change every year and you have to score a certain, and I don't know the percentages, but you have to score a certain amount in order it affects your funding. Of course, we have done that. So we qualify for 100%. So it has not impacted us. I think it's pretty rare for it to impact people's funding.
Thank you very much. Going to move on to the approval of the minutes.
The following minutes as distributed be accepted and approved. Public meeting October 7th, 2025. Second.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Kudo?
Yes.
Mr. Foster?
Yes.
Mrs. Illis?
Yes.
Mr. Machado?
Yes.
Mr. Moran?
Yes. That I move to open a public hearing on the ordinances being considered for final adoption.
Roll call, please. Discussion, I'm sorry, discussion. Roll call?
Mr. Kudo?
Yes.
Mr. Foster?
Yes.
Mrs. Illis?
Yes.
Mr. Machado?
Yes.
Mr. Moran?
Yes.
Okay, comments on the ordinances for final adoption are welcome during the public hearing. There will be one public hearing for all ordinances listed. Before making comment, speakers must identify their name and address for the record, and each speaker will be limited to 3 minutes. Floor is yours.
Anyone coming up? Being no one? Make a motion to close the public hearing on the ordinances considered for final adoption.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Kudo?
Yes.
Mr. Foster?
Yes.
Mrs. Illis?
Yes.
Mr. Machado?
Yes.
Mr. Moran?
Yes.
Final adoption of ordinances.
Okay. So can you, Madam Clerk, can you read the ordinance?
Ordinance 2025-32, ordinance of the Township of Berkeley Heights in the County of Union, New Jersey, adopting a redevelopment plan for the properties identified as Block 702, lots 4 and 6, and a portion of Block 702, Lot 17.01 on the official tax maps of the township.
I move to adopt the ordinance as read by the clerk.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Kudo?
Yes.
Mr. Foster?
Yes.
Mrs. Illis?
Yes.
Mr. Machado?
Yes.
Mr. Moran?
Yes.
I move to open the citizens hearing.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Kudo?
Yes.
Mr. Foster?
Yes.
Mrs. Illis?
Yes.
Mr. Machado?
Yes.
Mr. Moran?
Yes. All right, comments are welcome during the public comment period during this meeting on any matter of which the township has jurisdiction. To make your comment, the speaker must come forward to the microphone. Point to the microphone. State his or her name and address for the record. Each speaker is limited to 3 minutes. The mayor or council president will keep time. Please promptly give the floor when the time is called and return to your seat. Your cooperation and adherence to these rules of order will ensure an orderly and respectful meeting. Floor is yours. I'll put you on the clock then.
Thanks, John. Keep me honest. Alvaro Maderos, 21 Twin Falls Road, Berkeley Heights. I'm here to discuss to add some background to one of the resolutions on the agenda, number 338, which has to do with hiring a consultant, Colliers Engineering. And this is for a community energy plan grant that we were awarded last year. It's a grant in the amount of $10,000. The purpose of the grant is to put together a community plan that we would then submit to the Board of Public Utilities, which issued the community planning grant. And then at some point in next year, there will be an opportunity for us to apply for a much larger grant in excess of $250,000 to fund the whatever activities we've included in our community energy plan. We, as I said, applied for this grant and were awarded it last year. It requires that we assemble a team to go through to work with Sustainable Jersey, who creates a workbook that we work through to identify the initiatives that we want to pursue. We did that. We've identified a number of initiatives that we want to pursue, and now we can apply the $10,000 to hire a consultant to help us prepare the plan. The requirements of the plan is that the plan be developed and then it should be presented to the Township Council in a public meeting and then be submitted to the Board of Public Utilities. So the hiring of the engineering firm, Colliers, per this resolution will enable us to complete the portion of preparing the plan, because we've already done the work of identifying what initiatives we want to engage or to initiate in our plan. So they'll prepare the plan that we will then come back to the township with a presentation of. That's it.
So
Any
give
questions?
an example of one or more of the ideas that the group came up with that Berkeley Heights may want to pursue that we're putting into this community energy plan.
Yeah, as I said, Sustainable Jersey provides a work plan that we walked through as a team. It's broken out into 4 areas: transportation, renewable energy, energy efficiency, and energy equity. And an example to Margaret's point is transportation. We talked to the police chief, she and I, about acquiring a police vehicle, maybe not for pursuit, but you actually can do it. But the police chief identified vehicles that could be used on a non-emergency basis that would be electric. And the fund, certainly the amount that's being considered for 2026 would certainly cover that cost. We've also talked to about the possibility of switching lighting in the township to LED to have brighter lights and reduce cost of lighting. That would be another initiative that we could pursue. There's I think about 10 initiatives that we discussed that are identified on the work plan. We presented those to Colliers so they know what we're planning to include in the plan, which they would assemble for us.
Now, when you say that you present to the Board of Public Utilities, are they do they have to abide by that plan, or can they tweak it? Can they do, or is it one of those things where they can just be like, I wouldn't like it and we just move on?
So it's a requirement. Essentially, this is really a sort of a step in the process of pursuing the implementation grant, which would be a lot of money. And is sort of a requirement of having a plan that we submit to them in a very formal way, in which they then would approve and hopefully enable us to submit our second application.
So the plan is our plan.
Yeah, it's the.
We had, Alvaro got stakeholders together. We discussed all of the things that we might possibly do based on the guidelines that were provided to us, came up with some things that seemed realistic and achievable. And then it was a question of putting it into this document, which is where the volunteers kind of got stuck because none of us have time to write this formal document. So BPU just verifies that we did it. They review it and make sure that it's rational and measurable and achievable, basically. But it's up to us, Berkeley Heights, to actually do the work to fulfill the items on the plan.
So they don't have like a right of first refusal kind of thing. So they're just an overseer of this whole thing. Okay.
And hopefully a grantor.
Yeah, well, that that comes later.
If all goes well, yeah.
All right.
Is that the first time we're doing this?
Yeah, this is not the first time they've made this available. This is, I think they're saying this is the third year that that the implementation grant is coming out. And so, and every year you'll have to have a planning grant first and then an implementation grant. And so we'll be getting on board on the third year on this. So I mean.
This is our first plan.
This would be our first plan, yes. And yeah, I mean, the master plan, the township master plan includes components of energy planning, but this is really specific to the plan that the BPU requires for submission.
Just a quick question. I'm sorry.
No, thank you
Oh.
for your work on this and
You're welcome.
for speaking about it today.
Regarding the LED lights, would they be applied to, let's say, streets that are considered county streets like Mountain Avenue, Springfield Avenue?
It's wherever it makes sense for us to do it, right? I mean, the investigating the transition cost from sodium, what do they call that, to LED is remarkably expensive.
It is.
So it's limited to the number of.
It appears, I think Summit might have done that transition because it's very noticeable. If I'm driving down towards Summit, all of a sudden it's much brighter. I mean, you could tell that they made some kind of transition, but it appears that they are doing it on county roads as well, not just regular streets. And I was just curious if there's a difference between obviously applying that towards a county road versus our own streets.
Yeah, I don't think the JCP&L, who provides our electricity, doesn't distinguish between counties and township roads. So it's, I mean, and we have the bill, it's a big bill. So there's room for improvement.
Thank you, Alvaro. And congratulations again.
Oh, yeah, thanks. Any other questions?
Thank you, Albert.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Time's up, Steve. Oh, sorry. No. I was just kidding. Just kidding.
I know. Steve Corellis, 35 Sycamore Avenue. I want to thank Alvaro for bringing this topic up because I had a question about where this energy, community energy grant, not grant, but the plan came from. And that answered many of the questions. So the only one left is who are the stakeholders? Like this sounds like environmental commission related, seek the grant. And
So
is that the case?
Yeah, so the stakeholders included Margaret
Right.
Marcellus, Brian Kraut, who's on the Economic Development Committee, Rich Leister on the Environmental Commission, Bill Machado on the council, Susan Pogue, and Chris Wang, the head of the Business Civic and.
Okay. Good, thank you. The other question it was on the resolution 336 on it sounds great, going to Union County saying we want to do several things, streetlights, decorative brick paver. And my question there is where did this nice project come from? The context sounds like downtown beautification kind of thing, because we're also doing sidewalks with our grant related to the sidewalks. It sounds related, but it doesn't necessarily.
Yeah, we had the county's permission because we're technically doing work on their property when we do that sidewalk, the sidewalk and lighting project for Springfield.
So this is all part of
That grant, yeah.
which is great. It's here along with issuing the contract for.
So-
Great.
So just for people who weren't at the meeting where we talked about other sidewalk projects, this resolution relates to a sidewalk project on Springfield Avenue that's going roughly from the new park,
Like
basically the western edge of Berkeley Heights, coming into the train station area.
Yep.
So to Plainfield. So it's gonna standardize the sidewalks as much as possible, make them ADA compliant. There's some benches, new street lighting, and it's gonna be a great improvement because that section of sidewalks on Springfield Avenue is terrible.
Now, is the decorative brick paver sidewalk, which are like the ones in front of the post office and that area, is that shaking your head?
It doesn't go that far. This grant takes us to Plainfield.
No, right, I'm sorry. But that kind of pavement, are the sidewalks all going to be that type, or is that going to be a mix and match of materials?
No, it's all gonna be the pavers, right, Liza?
Should be the pavers, that's the Article 19 of the
Right.
design standards for downtown, so it should be the pavers.
Okay, so good, so that's, okay.
But I took a look at the plans that I looked at, and pretty sure it's all pavers. Which is what's in our code.
Okay. Well, those work. They stayed stable for all the time, the ones that we have already. So
They put them right, they put the cement down, pavers on top, seal them up, and we're good.
now I even have a better picture of what that's going to look like. Hey, thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, how are you? Chris Johnson, 6 Chestnut Hill Drive. Came tonight, obviously thought there was going to be a little chicken action tonight, but looks like there's no reading. Wanted to come up and reiterate our support, my wife and myself, our offer of assistance. I believe Mr. Salmon last time presented the ordinance. I haven't been able to see the draft in writing yet, so what I went through was just going through the YouTube transcript. I wasn't able to make it last time. I didn't know that it was being done. So I went through as best I could in the back and forth in the discussion there. A lot of concerns with the way it's structured. I understand it was copied from TNEC's ordinance. TNEC, approximately 41,000 residents versus our approximately 13,000. Almost very close square mileage, population density, the buildup, they're not comparable environments at all. So what may be necessitated there is not necessary here. There's actually some things in there that are kind of contrary to good keeping of chickens. So again, I'd really like to open up. I know Mr. Machado's seen our setup, seen our coop, seen the way we care for the birds. No notice, no prep. It wasn't like we polished it up or tried to clean it up and make it look extra nice for a visitor. And he saw it as it is every day. They're well cared for, they're well kept. So we'd really like to provide that input as far as things like the number of birds allowed, why we have the number of birds that we do, and why we keep the number that we do. I have 13 hens. Anyone want to guess how many eggs I got yesterday? 3. Good guess. I didn't tell them that. 3. We got 3 yesterday. We got 4 today. They're going through their fall molt. So, right, if you only have 6 hens, you're not getting that many eggs. At best, peak in the middle of the summer, you might get 5 a day. You might get 6. Family of 4 that eats 6 to 8 eggs a day, not including baking. Right? My kids eat a lot of protein. Little athletes. They're trying to grow strong. 6 is inadequate. You can't buy just one bird and introduce it to the flock. They'll peck them to them. So if you lose one, but you gotta wait for them all to die before you can introduce them. There's a lot of social dynamics. Pecking order is a real thing with chickens. You can't just introduce one bird, they will kill each other. There's a lot of details that I'd like to be able to provide to kind of guide this. Our application's still pending right now. We've been waiting since the summer under the current ordinance as it is now, but we'd really like to be able to help and make sure that this makes sense for the town, for the residents, like the town government, right? Administrating this, if it's overly complex, it's just gonna be more work for the township. It doesn't have to be. It's very simple to do them well. I have a lot of other things I'd like to say, but I want to be able to read the ordinance, give a detailed response, and help you guys do something that makes sense. So open invitation. Anyone who wants to come see the chickens, just give us a call. and come check them out. I'd offer you some eggs, but we're not really getting many right now, so.
Just one question.
Sir,
From your experience, how long do the chickens live? What's their lifespan for?
yeah, that was a big topic of conversation last time. So their lifespan depends on the breed, depends on the environment, depends on how they're cared for. So chickens naturally cycle down and produce less eggs over the winter, right? It's a natural thing. They wouldn't want to have chicks in the winter. So as the days shorten, they produce less eggs. Some people, this points this. So some people will introduce artificial light to induce more consistent laying throughout the winter that burns them out. They use up their energy. They only have so much in them, right? So if you make them lay year round and they never get a rest, they die sooner, 3, 4, 5 years. I never had one live longer than, the longest I had any was probably 4 or 5 years, and then we actually had to move and we rehomed them. It's not uncommon for them to live that 4 to 6 year range. They're incredibly robust animals right up until they're not. And vets won't work on them because they're a $5 bird. So especially around here, like a non-agriculture heavy area, it's not going to happen. So part of it is being able to treat them on your own, trying to do like the backyard ICU with the chickens, everything else. They don't typically last that long. The trick too is if we put a really low cap on the birds, a lot of people I know, and this is not how we do it, when they start to slow down in production, they get slaughtered because who wants to pay for a bird that's not going to produce eggs? We like to let our girls retire, right? As they produce less eggs, they get to live out naturally. If we have a hard cap, it's taken like a low hard cap. There's no point in doing it anymore because in 3 years, I'm going to get an egg a day in the summer, and I'm going to be feeding 6 hens for no reason. And then we're going to go back to the store. We had to go and buy store-bought eggs the other day. We spent extra money for the good ones that they say that birds are treated well. I don't know. I haven't been to the farm, but it really depends on breed, environment, how they're cared. They don't last, like I read something online that says they last 15 years. I have a lot of friends that keep chickens. Never heard of one lasting that long. So it depends, but a little while.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And please, I'd love to have anyone come by and see it. I'd like to be able to contribute to the conversation with it. I have a whole bunch of notes here that obviously 3 minutes isn't enough time. And I may have, this is off my YouTube read. So I don't have the actual draft to go off of just yet. But when we do, whatever the most appropriate way for me to submit feedback is, please let me know. Like I said last time, we want to help out. So.
Maybe you could leave your information with the.
Absolutely. Give me your,
Sure.
you have comments, that's a.
I do, but these are off. I just want to let you know these are off my YouTube. So if I'm misquoting something that Mr. Salmon said or anything like that, this is very much a what we call a working copy, work in progress. But I have notes, I have comments. There was some good stuff in there for sure. But whatever I can do, I think everyone's got my contact information. But I'll make sure we do before we go. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chris. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Were we emailing about the kids pictures? It was.
Time's up.
What's the end game for that?
Yes, fire. Oh, no, that is, okay, any number of, there's a number of participants.
Thank you. Sure. Joe Iandanza, 923 Mountain Avenue. Real quick question on resolution 239. Would the money go from one group to another group? $66,000 for telephone. Anybody can explain that to me?
It's not us, so.
On my email.
Online. 3.9.
I actually asked about that myself.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
3:30.
Flex your lips.
329, okay.
Okay, hold on just a second.
Sorry, what was the question?
Yeah, I noticed it's $66,000 for telephone.
Okay, so I asked that question of the CFO, and she replied to me that the library was reimbursing for the phone, which should have been recorded as revenue and not budget reimbursements. So the account was under budgeted because of that, and also we received a T1 bill for $20,000 that we did not budget for. Maybe Liza can explain.
I think that's related to the police department.
Okay, so it was a police department communications upgrade, that came through because it's a telephone line. It's a high speed.
Yeah, when we moved over this building, we had to get rid of a lot of old lines that this may be lingering.
Right, so that line wasn't budgeted when we did it last year. And also there was that mistake in the way the library. So it's not. It's within the budget categories. So it's not like we got a $66,000 bill from the phone company. We got a $20,000 bill.
It essentially wasn't budgeted for. So this is the time of year where we can move money around from one account to another to make up for deficits, which is normally happens with a sewer plant at the end of the year. We have to find more money for the sewer plant.
I understand. Thank you. Okay, a question here. How and why was Berkeley Heights elected to have early balloting? It's supposed to be a minimum of 5 and 10 maximum in Union County, but we had 11. Did Union County pay for that, compensate us?
11 what?
For the early voting site?
Of that.
Yeah, as an early voting site.
Oh, yeah, yes.
We were getting compensated, or
Yeah, we get compensated.
it's beautiful. Good.
They'll be here next year too.
Excuse me?
We'll be here next year too.
Oh, yay.
With with the amount of new high rises and multi-story apartment housing, will that necessitate a full-time fire department eventually? And if not, what additional apparatus would be required in the event of any incidents or emergencies? I don't know if that was ever covered. We have a hotel and we have 2 11-story buildings coming up, and we have about maybe 6 3-story buildings. Unfortunately, bad things can happen. Does there anybody know anything about that?
I mean, right. That is a question that we are exploring with the next phase of build out
Okay,
for Connell.
gotcha.
The equipment especially to make sure that the fire department has what they need to save people if needed.
Okay, my next question. Plainfield Avenue, across from the Connell Corporate Park, is zoned presently for R20. Out of 17 properties, all but 3 properties in an area owned by Connell. Does anybody have an understanding what the projected use might be in the future?
As of now, none of their draft plans show anything for across the street.
Okay. All right, we recently, we have a wonderful tax collector, Rachel. Love that woman. But anyway, make a long story short, she's retiring. So now the township put up on the website for a new tax collector. And I couldn't help but notice part of the verbiage talks about sewage. Anybody know how that's gonna change for the next year? When we get our tax bills, will we have a sewage portion of the tax bill?
We're investigating which route is best for us now. If you separate out the bills, it does add added expense and work. So we're exploring right now whether or not we need to. We are one of the few municipalities that does not issue a separate sewer bill to residents. Most residents get 2 bills. They get their property tax bills and then they get a separate sewer bill.
I'm not a wizard here, but so when I get my tax bill, or just paid, it'll say county, county park, library, township. What I'm saying to you is, will that also list sewage, or will we get a separate bill altogether for sewage?
If we did a separate bill, it would be on a separate bill. But there's other sewer billing things that is not related to that potential separate bill
Okay,
that the finance office does. Like we bill tax exempt users separately for sewer. We have to build certain large projects for sewer, so it's not just residential.
gotcha, thank you. I noticed there's an excess of 22 RFPs were sent out on November 5th. Can you elaborate on that, or is that just for the upcoming year?
They're for the upcoming year. They're all for the professional services. We do them every year at this time.
Good, thank you. And I also understand that the commissioner of the Recreation Department resigned. Who will take her place, and is she still involved, or is she employed by the township? Anybody know about that?
We don't have information on the structure of the Recreation Commission. So I understand that the Recreation Commissioner resigned and that somebody else was elected Recreation Commissioner.
Well, I was at the meeting for the Recreation Department, and the inference was that the vice president was gonna take over. But I don't know how clear cut that was, what's going on. So I was concerned about that.
She does not work for the township.
Okay.
No.
No, yeah, in other words, that's just the volunteer project, volunteer position.
The
Yeah.
recreation commissioners are volunteer.
Okey dokey. And the last thing is that, yeah, I walk around town a lot, and we have a bunch of, I would assume right of ways, like there's one between Shadow Lane, between 53 and 63. There's one on Chaucer between 227 and 223, and they all go down to the river. We maintain that as a township. Those are all asphalt paths that go from the street all the way down to the river. And there's additional, I think there's about 3 other additional, I assume, right of ways that are around Robbins and East Briarwood too. Is that something that we maintain as a township?
I can't give you a definitive answer because I'm not 100% sure that those are all township property.
When I go to the tax map, it says right away. I was just curious if we own that, or is that some kind of an arrangement with the homeowner?
If I say the wrong answer
I
publicly,
understand.
that opens a whole can of.
Provide Angela with a list of those locations that you've identified, and then Liza can get the answer to us
Yes.
on council and also to you.
I don't got the ones for Robbins and Lawrence, but there's a
Does that
couple
work for
there.
you, Liza?
Oh, these,
Yes.
because the reason why I ask is if we have access to the river, I mean, and if we've had it for, let's say, perpetuity, that may give rise to, like, we have a certain amount of responsibility to people that have streams and creeks that go down to their house, off their house, around their house.
Are you saying that they're not maintained?
No, I didn't say that.
Okay,
I want to know if we are maintaining them. One of them looks like it was freshly paved. The one over by Lawrence, I think, Lawrence and East Briarwood.
That's because that was not destroyed, it's from the July 14th storm. Destroyed, it wasn't totally destroyed, but yes, so that was repaired. It was-
Right, and one of my last things is, you know where Mead Street is?
Mhm,
Okay,
right over here.
there's a creek that goes through Mead Street. It goes under the Firestone, I think, comes out the other side of Trap Rock. But there's a metal bridge. Is that township bridge or is that private property?
I think that's private property, actually.
I think in back there, yeah.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a hybrid situation back there, yes.
Well, so if you could also get that information to Angela, Liza will check on that as well.
Some of it back there is ours, but some of it is.
I'm saying is like, the creek goes through there and I'm not nowhere near I'm nowhere near the creek. But I'm really concerned for the rest of the people in town in that respect, that sometimes there's relatively minor stuff that could be maintained. But like when I went to look, I followed the creek like a Boy Scout. And when I went to Mead Street, I said, gee, this is metal. Everything else is Union County or concrete bridge.
Yeah.
So
what we're
The
doing,
gentleman that was here that came and showed us pictures of that street because we were discussing the paving.
yes.
Oh, you remember him?
Yeah.
He came and we discussed with him that some of that street may in fact be private
Yeah,
property.
right.
So it's because it's in such disrepair over there.
Right, so what we are doing is we are currently mapping out all the waterways in town to figure out who owns what. Because once we have a complete picture of what's the townships, then we know what we can maybe start chipping away at in terms of cleaning out sections if it's a very tedious process, but we are doing that, yes.
it's not easy, believe me.
Yes.
I agree with you. Like one of the guys I used to play ball with in town here, he said to me when he was a kid, he used to go down to that creek by the Trap Rock and used to go fishing.
Yeah.
And this, so you know, because I like hydrology with water and all that good stuff, but I was telling Manny that that creek makes a 180-degree turn before it goes into the Passaic. So it's gonna be a natural restriction for water to go. I mean, I know that you gotta be careful with, because people could really make a big complaint about that. The EPA, the Army Corps of Engineers have to get involved with that. Other than that, thank you for your time. Have a pleasant night.
It is welcome.
Anyone else?
Any questions this is the public section where you can ask any questions you want. Want to come up? Anybody? Okay.
Margaret, can I just, I'm sorry, Councilwoman Illis, I just want to point out that she had asked a question, it was to whether the best practices answers were going to be online, and they will be on, the DCA website. They have a best practices inventory portal. They're not up there yet because they haven't gotten all the responses up there, but they do have previous years, and you can search your municipality on a not so easy to use Excel spreadsheet, but they will be there. I just looked it up, so sorry about that.
Okay, seeing that there's no one else, I move to close the citizens hearing. 5 seconds.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Kudo?
Yes.
Mr. Foster?
Yes.
Mrs. Ellis? Yes. Mr. Machado?
Yes.
Mr. Moran?
Yes.
Okay.
I move to adopt the consent agenda consisting of resolutions 2025-328 through 2025-347. These resolutions will be approved by one motion.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Kudo?
Yes.
Mr. Foster?
Yes.
Mrs. Ellis? Yes. Mr. Machado?
Yes.
Mr. Moran?
Yes.
Okay. Town council and admin reports.
Tis I.
Kudo.
All right. Well, first off, I want to say congratulations to the newest winners in the last election, Alvaro and Susan. And I want to state something here that no matter which party wins in a town such as ours, it takes courage, dedication, and a willingness to shoulder civic duty for the best of our town. Thank you to all the candidates who tossed their hats in the ring, as well as the state and county level. To those present elected officials who did not get reelected, I want to thank you for your service. This weekend, I attended Vet Fest with success. The funds used from Vet Fest, money raised, goes to help our local VFW. If you happen to drive past and you see the lights on, stop in, have a libation with them. It's cheapest bar you're going to find in town. The car show easily had over $6 million of cars. The Lamborghinis alone were incredible, just lined up on the side of the thing. It was fun to watch. The road vehicles showed pride of ownership as well as some history. 1940 Ford, I believe, was there from Mr. LeBond, and it was another piece of work of art. And the last thing I want to say is today is November 5th. Happy Guy Fawkes Day. So, next.
Want to elaborate on
Guy Fawkes, you can look it up.
it? He's making you all use Google.
Making you Google.
Okay. I'd also like to congratulate Alvaro and Susan. Both of them are not here, whatever happened, on their win yesterday. The Historic Preservation Committee is going to meet next Thursday, the 13th, and we're going to unpack everything that happened at the wonderful festival held on the 18th of October. If you weren't there, you missed a fantastic day. But guess what? It comes around next year, so you're going to have a chance to be there. So save the date for next year, which is going to be on Saturday, October 17th, with a rain date about Sunday, the 18th. We also received a $20,000 grant for the Littell Lord property from Susan and the grants committee. So I appreciate that. So does the committee. The Marine Corps' birthday is Monday, November 10th, and it commemorates the date when the Continental Marines were established as the Armed Forces of the United States in 1775. This day honors the Marines who have been defending the country since America was born. The United States Marine Corps' motto is Semper Fidelis, which translates to always faithful in Latin. And the reason I bring that up is Veterans Day is Tuesday, the 11th of November. And since it's observed that day, there's going to be a Veterans Day event on 11/11/25 at Memorial Field. There's going to be details to follow. It'll be more likely to be up on the website. Veterans Day is held to honor all of the military veterans, including the fallen and the living, who have served the United States Armed Forces during wartime and peacetime. While Veterans Day celebrates retired soldiers and victims inclusive of all wars on the same day annually, the date of November 11th was originally designated in 1919 to coincide with commemorating the end of World War I. Until 1954, it was replaced with Veterans Day and it was known as Armistice Day. America's Recycle Day is Saturday the 15th. America's Recycle Day is also known as National Recycling Day. It intends to educate people about the positive impact it has on the world and the environment to encourage everyone to purchase products that are recyclable. The reason I bring that up is today was one of the recycling days. There's also 3 more coming up, the 19th of November, the 12th of November for the west side, and the 26th of November for the west side. The 19th is for the east side of town. That map is on the town website and you can see it, so you'll know what street you're on. You can also drop off your thin plastics at the DPW. That's the first and third Saturday of the month. And guess what? Just so happens to be the 15th of the month. I might be stepping on Liza's toes here a little bit, but the fall leaf pickup program began October 20th. You can see the town website for more details on that. Berkeley Heights is also teaming up with Union County for a community food drive. The food drive will run through November 30th. Donations can be dropped off at the lobby at Park Avenue, 29 Park Avenue, which is right here, during these times from November 3rd to November 30th. These are also on the website. I'm gonna run them down real quick. Monday to Thursday, 8:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. Fridays, 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Sundays, 2 to 5 p.m. Okay, you can see the town website for more details. Also, from what I understand, you can also donate at the Little Flower, Church of Little Flower, and you can check their website for more details. That's why I thank you.
Okay. I want to start out with the Complete and Green Streets Committee. They prepared a draft of proposed additions to the police department for a potential ordinance relating to e-bikes and bike safety. So we'll be meeting again this weekend and hopefully that'll be finalized by the committee, and it can be more openly discussed. I want to thank everybody who put their name out there, put themselves out there to run for office. As we all know up here, it's not an easy thing to do. And we greatly appreciate the efforts of everybody who's involved in that process and the civics so that we do have elected officials. So congratulations to the winners and thank you for everybody who ever ran for office. Vet Fest was fabulous. Food trucks, music, it was a local band, all of the cars, Manny already talked about that. The dog parade was adorable. The dogs were all very well behaved. A good time was had by all. Diwali at the Diwali celebration was this past weekend at the YMCA with the Diversity Council. That was a lovely event, as it always is. The food from Neelam was absolutely delicious. Not saying that I go to these things just for the food. Just saying.
But
It was delicious. The flooding task force will have another meeting soon, and we'll provide an update on that after we have our next meeting. So that's it for me.
Okay, just wanted to say a couple of things. Basically, I think we all know that this federal government shutdown has affected quite many of us. I mean, maybe not us personally, but we may know others that are highly in need. I just wanted to point out that Union County has established, basically they established a program to stock up the pantries. And I know that we have right here in our municipal building a collection area where we can go ahead and donate goods. And I just wanted to bring that to everyone's attention that we should actually start looking at providing some donations. Canned goods, all donations should be non-perishable, unopened, and within expiration dates. We're looking for dry goods such as rice, beans, macaroni, pantry staples like peanut butter and jelly, flour, sugar, snacks like crackers and granola bars, even personal care and household items like soap and toothpaste, as well as baby care essentials. So just wanted to bring that to your attention that we should all perhaps maybe provide a donation. And on that note, I also want to point out that Walmart has been doing this for quite some time. They first launched it in, I guess, 3 or 4 years ago. But they're providing a Thanksgiving meal that can feed a family of 10, which would include a butterball turkey, about 14 pounds, onion, fried onions, cream and mushroom soup, stovetop turkey stuffing, dinner rolls, Russell potatoes. It goes all down the cranberries and so forth, baby carrots. But for those of you who, I think that are in need and possibly can't really possibly afford a big blown out Thanksgiving meal, I would consider maybe taking advantage of Walmart's annual Thanksgiving meal. So once again, it serves 10 people. It's basically $4 per person. It's just around $40. Oh, and then one last thing, to dovetail on the Vet Fest. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to attend, but the event's main goal was to raise funds for critical repairs and maintenance for the post, including roof work, drainage, and parking. So I just wanted to bring out that I think we were able to get about $1,000. But I mean, you could still go ahead and make a donation. I mean, just because the Vet Fest was this past Saturday, it doesn't mean that we can't go ahead and sort of make a small donation to our vets and hopefully increase that $1,000.
Or if you call them up, also they're gonna be selling blankets, saying the foxhole. So give them a call, put your name on the list that we get early.
Yeah, the blankets are really cute.
Yeah, they're hope to have them by Thanksgiving, so do it this week if you can, just call them up.
You can rent out their hall for events.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things there's a lot of community support. That's great.
Well, thank you. That's all I have.
Thank you. I'd just like to join my colleagues in congratulating those officials that were either elected or re-elected yesterday, and those waiting for results. Mine took a couple weeks, but I appreciate everyone that takes part in the democratic process. I would also like to point out that October 28th was First Responder Day. Though we have a designated day for that, any day is the right time to thank your first responders, police, fire, EMS, and 911 telecommunicators, who are probably the most important person that you'll talk to and never meet. But just thank them when you have the opportunity.
Most of them are civilian, right? We're talking about dispatch.
Dispatcher civilians are not sworn
Pretty much civilians, yeah.
So,
They're the first person you speak with, right?
and they do an incredible job.
They do.
They really do. So, thank you, Bill.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, I'm going to try to channel the mayor with some of her things too, that she would say if she were here. First, phase 1 of the Sherman Avenue Pepperdine project is starting Monday. I know I've said that it was going to start several times and it has not, but I made the contractor promise me in an email today that it was undoubtedly starting Monday. So be starting Monday. Drainage project up on Winship will also be starting Monday as well with the same contractor. That's some spot drainage work up there. And then when the work is done, it'll be milled and paved. The Winter Walk, everybody please mark your calendars, is Saturday, December 6th. That will be here before you know it. It's one of the best events we do here in Berkeley Heights. The Recreation Winter Programming Guide is now out on the website. If you go to berkeleyheights.gov and then under the recreation page, select winter programming, they have the booklet of programming for residents of all ages, from toddlers to senior citizens. And then registration opens on November 10th. Speaking of recycling, you can also this month drop off your pumpkins and jack-o'-lanterns at the DPW, and then they'll be sent off to help create green energy. You can drop them off at the DPW any day of the week until 3 p.m. or on recycling Saturdays, the first and third Saturday of the month, 9 a.m. to 12. The Thanksgiving Day Turkey Trot 5K to raise money for the rescue squad. This is our second annual event. It kicks off Thursday morning. Discounted pre-registration before November 13th. All sponsors must also be considered, must be confirmed by November 15th. And if you go to our website there, it is on the main page with all the information. Last year, we had a great turnout for the first event, even though the weather was miserable and it was freezing and it was pouring. So hopefully people still showed up, like a lot of people still showed up. So we're hoping we should be getting an even bigger crowd this year and hopefully better weather. So please sign up for that. The Mayor's Wellness Committee is also hosting, they're having the Mayor's Wellness Book Club on Wednesday, November 13th. That's next week at 7 p.m. at Delicious Heights, featuring the book Build the Life You Want by Arthur Brooks and Oprah Winfrey, which is definitely a must read. You can get your copy at the Berkeley Heights Library or on the Libby app. Appetizers will be served and great conversation is guaranteed. There's also a Mayor's Wellness Committee guided meditation session on Saturday, November 22nd from 5 to 5:30 at the Memorial Park Pavilion under the lights and stars. All this information is also in our township newsletter, which is also on the front page of our website. And it includes other things I probably forgot. So check our website. We have a lot of information there. Thank you.
Liza, the turkey trot, is that being held over at the Cornell?
No, yes. Yes, it is. And on the money raised goes to the rescue squad. Last year, they raised about $10,000 that went directly to the squad. So it's for a great cause. You know, as many of you know, the squad has to fundraise for a lot of things that they want. They need some ambulances, which are very much not cheap. So we're trying to help them out because they are, again, volunteers in our community who are literally performing life-saving duties each and every day. So there's a registration link on our website as well with more information. They're also looking for volunteers. So there's information on how you can volunteer on our website in this story as well.
There's gonna be another fundraiser. Donna's running another fundraiser. I haven't seen the date yet.
Yes, she just sent me the date today. It's going to be at Mount Carmel. So this is another fundraiser for the squad. Can't find it. It's gonna be, I believe it's gonna be, excuse me. Okay, here we go. 8th annual holiday fundraiser. Actually, there's a Facebook group, so you can order items online now. They're trying to raise $3,000 to purchase 3 jump kit bags and the first arriving technology platform with TVs to put, I guess, to display dashboard and digital signage for fire and EMS. You probably know what I'm talking about more than I do. Online participation starts the 16th. 11/21. I'm sorry, it's November 21st at Mount Carmel. Is the in-person. No, sorry, these details are confusing. It is online now. We'll put all this information on our website. It is online from the 16th through the 21st, and then the in-person event is December 21st.
December.
I think something's not right here.
Yeah.
It seems a little late.
Let's go.
It's normally around Christmas time.
Yeah.
It's normally
A
around.
good time to buy cookies and s'mores.
Don't listen to any of the dates I said just now. Check our website by the end of the month, because this is.
Well, can we go back to dates for a second? You mentioned the Mayor's Wellness Book Club is on the 13th. But you said Wednesday the 13th. 13th is a Thursday. If it's the 12th, I wanna. Because I don't have that in front of me.
Book Club Wednesday, the 13th. Wednesday is not the 13th.
No, it's the 12th,
Oh, then somebody messed that up.
because historic preservation is Thursday the 13th.
Okay.
For
all accurate information, check the website, but it'll all be up by Friday.
There you go.
Because it's in the newsletter. It's Wednesday, the 13th.
Yeah, and
So
I was trying to remember the date when you said it, because I was there.
we will have separate posts on the fundraiser and the book club up on our website by Friday on the front page, so you can.
Check the
actually-
website. Website's got it all.
Right, right.
Okay. Thank you, everybody. Good.
With that. Make a motion to accept. Make a motion for. I move the township official reports be accepted and approved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Kudo.
Yes.
Mr. Foster.
Yes.
Mrs. Illis.
Yes.
Mr. Machado.
Yes.
Mr. Moran.
Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
All those in favor? You guys have it.
Is there a second?
Is there a second? Yeah, second.
All right, thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Oh.
Look at the look.
Hopefully that means it's done. Well, it live streamed regardless, like
Right.
it was
so
on
it
YouTube
should
the whole time
automatically
regardless.
Oh.
Copy to YouTube, right?
Yeah, just
The YouTube recording is like there.
And this up.
With on.
I was gonna be over it, but I was like, okay, because I thought it was down. You know.
This is very nice.
Down, you know.
Say it again?
Sorry about that.
What contract?
I'm gonna let that happen.